guys. Well, here we are. What do you guys say? Don't say what it is. You can't say what it is. We're holding out.
They probably already know.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Because I told them we might have goofed on them in the thumbnail. So who knows what vehicle you were standing on in the thumbnail. Might not even use the one you're getting. Might have goofed on them. So, as you can tell, she is very excited though. We're not getting our hopes up because everything on Facebook is liable to be a ginormous turd when you go see it in person. It can be amazing looking in pictures.
Right.
The owner can hype it up to where it is the most flawless thing you've ever seen. You get there and it is an absolute piece of junk.
Yeah.
So,
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed that it's good, but keeping expectations at it might suck.
Oh,
Mechanical soundness is what I'm more worried about than a couple scuffs on the fender.
Really,
and the
because
bumper.
all your trucks, you were like, oh, the paint's not good.
A vehicle with bad paint is acceptable if the price is accounts for that.
Okay.
Anyways, we've rambled on long enough. She's excited, but we're keeping it level-headed. We'll see how much we film. We're not going to pop a camera up in old boy's face, but if he turns us loose for the test drive, just us, there's Dad.
This is my video.
Oh, we're only 30 minutes away. I didn't explain to him this is your
My video, my car.
and your money that you got to make back up. So be prepared to be installing stuff. But I was thinking real quick, we'll talk about it later. We'll see y'all there. It is insane.
That was
Insane how people mislead the vehicles they sell.
so much. When he said, yeah, the battery, and I was like, oh, nope.
Well, the battery's not something to worry about. Him having to add oil, that's something to worry about.
Right. Darn. The inside did look really good, though.
No.
There's the outside.
That's fine. That truck is from up north. That thing is a complete pile of junk. When I say that is, I have never seen a vehicle in Alabama with rusted out rockers worse than that.
Yeah.
Ooh, single cab cat eye. We should go back and offer him what we have for that truck.
Oh, my God.
Let's make it right now. Let's drive till we find something to buy.
Okay. You really want to do that?
No. The description did not say anything about the cosmetic condition, but it talked very highly about the interior is great, runs and drives great.
Had a few scuffs on the
It had some
front.
scuffs that you could see. And so she messaged them and asked a bunch of questions and clean title and supposedly all that, and then said that this, you know, asked about the scuffs, which would mean that she's worried about cosmetic flaws, right? And they said, what about the scuffs?
That there was a few scuffs, and he sent me pictures. And
They're on the front bumper and the fender.
And they're little from the picture.
Right, and it even looked like another vehicle's paint on it. It didn't look like the paint off. It looked like something you could probably buff out.
Yeah.
It doesn't go out of his way to say anything about the cosmetic condition aside from her asking about the scuffs. So we get there, and immediately I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good because it's a little auto lot, and he's got a bunch of vehicles sitting in the yard. So I'm like, yeah.
At his house.
Totally just go and buy vehicles at the auction, piece them, part them together, throw some makeup on them, and sell them, right? They got a battery tender or jump pack on it, which I'm like, okay, that's great. He's like, oh yeah, it wasn't even supposedly the same guy that we'd been messaging. He's like, okay, yeah, just putting a jump pack on it, put some oil in it. I'm like, okay, great. Well, at least he's admitting that he's putting oil in it, even though that's admitting also that it's low on oil. Why? So cranks it up immediately. I'm like, nope, we're dipping out, because it was just immediate lifter tick out the wazoo, which
I thought it sounded weird, but I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah. It was a good old 200,000 mile GM lifters taking a dump. Not the end of the world, but I was already going to pass at that point. But then we start looking. Well, we first pulled up and there was huge, like, Summit White failure spots. That's just typical, like $half sizes.
Yep.
And so then we're, you know, starting to come to reality about how.
And then I opened
everything on Facebook
the
is
back
just junk.
door, and it was literally so rusted. It was like coming off.
Well, no, it was a hole. Yeah, the rockers were completely rotted.
Literally, yeah.
So it's definitely not a Southern truck.
And he was like, "Oh, I didn't even know that."
Yeah, I did. Which he might not have. He might have just.
It wasn't the same guy.
We don't know, but moral of the story: the guy didn't lie. He just withheld information that would have deterred us from wasting our time.
Right.
So he didn't say it's in great condition and then us get there and it's not in great condition. But he hyped up the things that were supposedly good about it. Even though it runs and drives great. I doubt it. Maybe after it warms up and the lifters chill out before they completely nuke themselves, but
luckily we didn't have to drive like super far away though. It was only like 30 minutes.
yeah, it definitely took the cake as far as the biggest piece of junk we went and looked at. We went and looked at 2 cat eyes that were junk, or one of them had a rebuilt title and he sprung that on me once I got there, which once again he didn't lie because he didn't say it didn't have one, but he didn't tell me until I got there, so that sucked. Didn't get that truck. This was before Chomper. And then the other red one that he did say was in good condition mechanically and appearance wise, and then it had like a $10 Mako job on it. Looked terrible and was barely running, check engine light, all that crap. Anyway, this one takes the cake. Worst rusted truck I think I've ever seen. Definitely pulled it from a northern.
I feel so bad because I'm the one that.
No, I know you did, but I'm just. This is the scummy tactics that they use. They'll hype up and take pictures that make it seem like it's this awesome vehicle for this really reasonable price, and then it's just junk. So they were asking.
Well, I'm learning.
We're not going to talk about what it is because we want it to be a surprise. Because we're going to eventually get her something, but. It was, and then she was overly nice. She was like, "We'll tell him thank you. Tell him I said thank you.
Like, thank you for letting us come see it."
No,
like,
I wish he'd have told us not to come see it. Sorry, ma'am. I don't like you. You've messaged me too much. Do not come purchase my vehicle.
That's really what I thought he was gonna eventually tell me. Like, oh, I've already sold it.
There's a reason why he hasn't sold it, and he marked it down.
Look, I said a little prayer. I said, Jesus, show it. If this is not a good car, show us. And he did. He showed up.
See,
he showed up and
there,
showed out.
Right there. That's what you need. Right there.
They're literally going to see that.
No, it's pointed this way. That's the one, though. That's going to have the options you want. That's going to have the engine that I think we should get.
No, it's not boxy enough. I don't like the rounded.
It's the same, except for the grill, the front end's different.
No.
Same body.
No, it's not.
Anyways, I'll show her. Anyways, we're already at 7 minutes. That's the end. We just went and looked at a complete rusted out piece of junk.
It was fun though. We're making memories.
We could have done other memories. Anyways.
What'd you say?
Could have done other memories. Yeah. Did the Logan Paul awkward look.
Alright, I'm going to eat Mexican food. Peace.